What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Big Fight Field channel, where we speak the truth through our eyes. We give out takes on the Miami Dolphins this Tuesday night. I just got done watching Hard Knocks, episode 6, recapping the Dallas Cowboys against the Miami Dolphins. Very fun episode, which we're going to get into. And also, what we're also going to talk about is the trash talk has already begun for the Miami Dolphins against the Baltimore Ravens this week. The Miami Dolphins are coming off a massive win against the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Eve. And before I even get into any of this stuff, I hope everybody out there watching this video, and even if you're not, had a fantastic Christmas with your loved ones. Hope you all had a great Christmas yesterday. Received some gifts, gave some gifts to your loved ones that they loved. Hope everybody had a great day yesterday. So let's get right into it. The Dolphins are coming off their win over the Dallas Cowboys, 22-20. They're in the playoffs. And based off yesterday, I'm going to get this out of the way first. Based off of yesterday and the Kansas City Chiefs losing to the Las Vegas Raiders, the Dolphins, the only possible seeds that they can get in the playoffs are 1, 2, or 6. So they will either have home field advantage and the AFC runs through Miami. They'll have the 2 seed, and they'll have 2 guaranteed home playoff games if they win round 1. Or, the worst case scenario, they'll have the 6 seed, and they'll be on the road probably throughout the entire playoffs, starting with round 1, wild card weekend. And the Ravens, I'm going to talk about them last in this video because I'm going to get into that game a little bit later in this video. If you guys did not see my Twitter timeline yesterday, I am indeed going to the game on Sunday. It's about a 2-hour drive from where I live, so we decided that we're going to go and we're going to see this game between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday in Baltimore. Stepping into enemy territory. Been here before, and it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. It'll be my first time at M&T Bank Stadium, but there's been games where I've gone to enemy territory and I've worn away team colors. I was a very little kid, 13 years old, going to Lincoln Financial Field wearing Miami Dolphins, going to Raymond James Stadium 2 years ago against Tom Brady and the Bucs, going in there wearing Miami Dolphins. There were a lot of Miami Dolphins fans at that game, but this enemy territory. I'm excited though. I'll be going to the game. Of course, I'm going to be vlogging, so the vlog is probably going to be out Sunday night, hopefully before the ball drops for the new year on Sunday night. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a great week here on the channel. We have a little extra for you tonight, and we might have a double upload. We might have a double upload on Thursday because I'm going to be dropping my Week 17 NFL predictions, and then also Saturday night is AEW's World's End pay-per-view, so I might be doing predictions for that. Friday, of course, is the preview for the Miami Dolphins taking on the Baltimore Ravens, and because I'm going to this game on Sunday, I'm not reviewing World End on Saturday night for all you AEW pro wrestling listeners out there. Not reviewing the show because I'm going to Baltimore on Sunday and I need my rest. It's going to be a big day for me. It's going to be a big day for the Miami Dolphins. I can feel it in my bones already. I cannot wait to talk about this at the end. But we're going to talk about Hard Knocks for a little bit. It had a lot of seriousness. but there was also some fun side and some really cool stories. And I think something that stood out um, in this episode was the spotlight of Kato Kohu. And I give Cater a lot of shit on this channel. Last year, although he had a very good season, I think he was ranked like fourth in rookie corners last year. Last year, he had a tough time with the penalties and the holdings and the pass interference calls. Cater Kohu had a very tough time with that last year. This year, he's gotten better with that, but he's gotten burned a couple times, man. And on Sunday, that they even showcased it when Dallas scored their first touchdown. Um, Cater Kohu was on CeeDee Lamb, and he thought Deshaun Elliott was picking up CeeDee Lamb, and he wasn't. And CeeDee Lamb ran for a 49-yard touchdown. So that was on everybody on that play, on the entire secondary. And obviously that matchup with Cato Kohu being lined up against CeeDee Lamb, that was not going to work. But the spotlight was really cool. And the everything he's going through it's all built up to this moment for him. Undrafted rookie corner last year from, I believe, Texas A&M, Christian A&M. I don't remember the college. Let me try to look it up real quick. Texas A&M Commerce. So he was very Division II school, undrafted. Dolphins signed him as an undrafted rookie, and he was very good last year. And the showcase was his family was in town. His family is from Africa, and the only sports that his family followed were rugby and soccer, and they didn't follow American football. They didn't follow the NFL, and they would check up to see how Cato's doing when he's in America playing for the Miami Dolphins. And that the game this past Sunday was his first game, or was the first game that his family was able to attend in person to see him play, which is awesome. That's really awesome. That his family got to experience that. His brother was going crazy, seeing his reactions to the game-winning kick, and the pregame when Cato Kohu got introduced. They introduced the defensive players against the Cowboys. So I thought the spotlight of Cato Kohu was really cool on this show. I do give him a lot of shit on this channel, but the spotlight was really cool tonight on Cater. Raheem Mostert also had some more. He went back to his old town, I believe, in New Smyrna, Florida, where they were doing Christmas toy giveaway, and they were giving away all these toys at a high school, and Raheem Mostert was there, and then they were shopping in Target, and all the players were the kids. Teron Armstead, Lester Cotton was there. Xavier Howard was helping the kids ride a bike. Jerome Baker was leading the direction. Do you want to get books? And he was just joking with the kids. So that was very nice and lighthearted. Very nice moments during the holiday season. Then you also have Dan Marino opening Christmas gifts with the quarterbacks, and Mike White gave him a golf simulator, and Dan was going crazy about that. And Mike White was like, he's like, man, it's a life accomplishment to be able to give Dan Marino a Christmas present. And then Dan Marino, before this, he gave all the quarterbacks isotainer gloves, and the quarterbacks were going crazy about that. Tua, Mike White, and Skylar Thompson as well. So I thought that was really cool. to see. Um, it was fun. Dan Marino's getting Christmas gifts. They got all these boxes in there. And Tua was just like, when can I open these gifts? When can we open these gifts? And the quarterback coach, Del Bevel, was like, 2 more days, 2 more days. So that's all the fun, non-football side of the Miami Dolphins team. Really, really fun vibes off the football field. And then we get into some seriousness. And we talk about since we lost to the Tennessee Titans, the next thought in mind was the New York Jets. Because that's the way it had to be, because we had to prepare for a game the following week. He said, we're going to take that mentality and apply it every single week. And he told the players, when the media asks you about the playoff picture, playoff seeding, the division, tell them that your coach told you to politely and respectfully, you're going to have to say F off. That's what he said. He said, our only focus is on the Dallas Cowboys. And I absolutely love that. And I feel like that should be the mentality of most fans as well. That was my mentality going into this week. When I was on Twitter saying, I only care about the Miami Dolphins getting in the playoffs, and then the chips will fall where the chips will fall, that is me basically saying, look, man, let's just beat the Cowboys first, get in the playoffs, because the Bills are not going to lose to the Chargers, although they were very close to. Let's just worry about getting in the dance. And that's what happened. The Dolphins, they beat the Cowboys. When they were showcasing the game, they missed a lot. They missed a lot of stuff. They didn't include one 50-plus yard field goal from Jason Sanders, which I was kind of disappointed by. They didn't really show a lot of first half highlights besides the opening drive, Dallas's opening drive, and I believe second drive when CeeDee Lamb scored a touchdown. Then they showed the drive where Raheem Mostert, he got the touchdown before the halftime from Tua. Then they go to the locker room and they go to the second half. They simulate most of the plays. And Mike McDaniel goes up to Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill at halftime had 2 catches for 29 yards. And Mike McDaniel comes up to him. And it's like, we're going to be using you heavy. We're going to be calling your number. You have to be ready. And Tyreek Hill came up big. And when he got the 3rd down and 8 catch, when the Dolphins were up 16-10, he got that first down. He was screaming to the sideline, give me the fucking ball, give me the fucking ball. And that should be the mentality. He's the best player on this offense. No disrespect to Tagovailoa. He is great in his own right too. But Tyreek Hill, he is a difference maker. I relate it to the Philadelphia Phillies all the time because the Phillies are my favorite baseball team. Tyreek Hill is the Bryce Harper of the Miami Dolphins. If he's out for a long time, or like he's out for a game, which he was, the team is going to have his back. And that's what happened a couple times. When Bryce Harper was out, Phillies team didn't have his back early in the season. And he came back in May, and the Phillies were cruising. So that's how I related it to it. Tyreek Hill is the Bryce Harper of the Miami Dolphins. He was on in the second half. And then they showed Dallas up. Miami up 19-13. Dallas goes down the field, scores a touchdown. They're up 20-19 with 3 minutes and 27 seconds. And McDaniel's on the sideline before the game, and he's telling his players that, hey, I want this game to come down to the 4th quarter. I want this game to come down to where we're down, and we have to go and get it. He said, if that's how we got to win, that's how we're going to win. And that's exactly what happened. Mike McDaniel got his wish. He wanted all the Miami Dolphin fans watching at Hard Rock Stadium and around the world at home to be nervous as hell going into the final 3.5 minutes. And they came through with a flawless drive besides one pass from Tua. They came through with a flawless drive. Jason Sanders' 29-yard field goal. They showcased Tua talking to Dak, Tua talking to Micah Parsons. And I love the preparation going into the week, too. I believe it was Thursday's practice. McDaniel wanted the team to be very competitive, talk trash. Every time the quarterback completed a pass, talk trash. He said, hey, Wes Welker, I feel bad for Sam Madison. I feel bad for you guys because I told Sam Madison to lock down your wide receiver, to lock down the wide receivers today. And, he was getting George Berry fired up. He was getting Anthony Chapinell fired up, the linebackers coach. Thursday was a very intense practice for the Miami Dolphins. And I guess Duke Riley was the best player in that practice because they had him breaking down the huddle after Thursday's practice. So that's what they showcased. They showcased Thursday's very competitive practice ahead of the Dallas Cowboys game. And then I just talked about the Cowboys. I kind of went out of order there, but very good game. Again, one of the more stressful yet exciting games of the season. And now the Miami Dolphins are in the playoffs, and we're done with the Dallas Cowboys. After tonight's Hard Knocks episode, we flipped the page to the Baltimore Ravens, and this is going to be the hardest game of the season. And last week, I said this was the most important game of the season, meaning the game against the Dallas Cowboys. And I said every week moving forward, every game is the most important game of the season. And Mike McDaniel said, you're going to be in high atmosphere situations. You're going to be in incredible atmospheres that are fun as fuck. And that's literally what's going to happen. The team is going to be playing in Baltimore on Sunday, and the Ravens are on cloud nine right now. They're coming off a 33-19 win against the San Francisco 49ers, the best team in the NFL. And I'm sitting there. Obviously, I'm cheering for the 49ers because I want both teams to be 11-4, and I want the Dolphins to be the number one seed when they go into Baltimore. But the Ravens won last night. The Ravens are 12-3. The Dolphins are 11-4. And I'm actually okay with the Ravens beating the 49ers last night now. And the reason I am is because the Baltimore Ravens are on cloud nine. Lamar Jackson MVP talks have already started. Ravens' best defense in the NFL has already started. Nobody. It's only Tuesday, and I feel like nobody is giving the Miami Dolphins a chance against the Baltimore Ravens. Do we need to remind the national media what happened last year? Tua Tagovailoa went into M&T Bank Stadium. The Dolphins were down 35-14 going into the fourth quarter, and the Dolphins pulled out a 42-38 win, where Tua Tagovailoa had 480 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, and 2 picks in that game. And trust me, I know the Ravens are not going to forget about that game. Ever since last year, when this game popped up on the schedule, this game was circled on the calendar because the Ravens are looking for revenge. But this year's matchup is totally different. It's a totally different matchup from last year. Both defenses are way better than they were last year, and I feel like both offenses are kind of better than they were last year. Obviously, week 2, Miami Dolphins didn't have a banged-up offensive line. Week 17, the Miami Dolphins are playing with 4 backups besides Teron Armstead. Will they get Robert Hunt back this week? My guess is he's not going to be back until the playoffs. That's my guess. I do think Austin Jackson is going to be back this week. He was dressed, but didn't play on Sunday against the Cowboys. So I think he's going to be back out there on Sunday against the Ravens. But this is everything the Miami Dolphins wanted. We wanted a game like this. And heading into a game like this against a team like the Ravens, I needed to see the Miami Dolphins prove me wrong, which is why I've been bitching on social media. And I'm done with the bitching. I believe in this team now. This team has me believing. They beat the Dallas Cowboys. That's a really good football team. The mindset. And I don't think this time last year, I was not bought in. Obviously, we had the losing streak. But what makes me even more bought in is watching them on Hard Knocks. And watching Hard Knocks every Tuesday. And how Mike McDaniel approaches day after the win. Move on to the next opponent. Sunday, they beat the Jets. Monday, team meeting. We're moving on to the Cowboys. I love the mentality. I love the preparation. And the media were saying the Dolphins weren't physical. The Dolphins won in the trenches against the Dallas Cowboys. The Dolphins are going to have to win in the trenches against the Baltimore Ravens as well. I'm just really looking forward to this matchup. It's going to be a tough test. The Ravens are a hell of a team. Lamar Jackson, you think you have him sacked, but he finds a way to get out and make a play. The Ravens' offensive line actually allows pressures. I can't believe it too. But Lamar Jackson finds a way. And their defense has the NFTF, nose for the football. That's their entire defense. And they fly around, and I think you got to catch him off guard with some misdirectional runs. They fly around, straightforward football. Mike McDonald has that crew over there playing sensational football. So, but I love how it's Tuesday and the Dolphins are already being counted out. Last night, Pro Football Network tweets out that, let me see if I have the screenshot here. Skip Bayless goes on and says that the Ravens are going to embarrass the Dolphins on Sunday. Pro Football Network tweeted something out that said something of the lines, is it too early to say the Ravens are going to kick the shit out of the Dolphins? Skip Bayless says the Ravens will dominate the Dolphins. Colin Cowherd said Lamar Jackson and Tua shouldn't even be on the same sentence. The national media is pushing the goalposts back. And they're counting out the Miami Dolphins against the Baltimore Ravens. Which, good. Let them. Who cares what these people have to say? They only look for clicks. I don't watch the videos. I read the descriptions. But, let's prove them wrong again. We proved them wrong against the Dallas Cowboys. And now it's time to go ahead and prove them wrong once again in Baltimore on Sunday. And we're going to be previewing the game on Friday. We're going to have so much more content again. I'm going to the game on Sunday. I will be vlogging for you guys, which I'm very excited about. I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys so much, and we'll have so much more stuff to talk about Friday with the preview. One thing to watch out for, the injury report this week. I think Raheem Mostert should be good to go. We're going to be looking out for Javon Holland. We're going to be looking out for Austin Jackson. And most importantly, we're going to be looking out for the status of Jalen Waddle, which was reported yesterday that he's battling through a shin injury. he could miss time, but with Waddle, he's going through so much stuff. He shouldn't be out that long. That's what Mike McDaniel said. If I had to make a prediction, Waddle will not play on Sunday against the Ravens. But time will tell. We will know by Friday his status against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. We're literally going out on 2023 with a bang, with another vlog. Praying it's a Miami Dolphins win in Baltimore. Don't want to go to 2 Dolphins games this year and see them lose. But we're going out with a bang in 2023, heading into 2024. Be sure to subscribe, comment down below, hit the like button if you like what you heard from me. Follow me on Twitter at Colin_Joseph. I'll see you guys Thursday, or maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. Have a good night. Stay safe, and as always, stay classy and fins up. I'm out. Peace.